1, 2, 3. Alright. Hello everyone and welcome in. There is a different vibe with the videos today. Video. First off, I am unhinged because my routine has been changed and I have to hold a microphone and I feel like a podcaster. And hopefully we're like the cool podcaster and not the one that's like, I'm not even done with college yet, but I'm going to give you life advice podcaster. Because that's not where we want to be. We want to be a cool podcaster. But hello, and welcome in. Today we are doing a What's in My Bag video. And specifically, this is a What's in My college bag. I take this bag with me to classes. I personally live like a half an hour away from my college, but on top of it, I have to take a shuttle to get from the parking lot to the actual like campus. So it's usually about a 45-minute excursion to get from my living room to my classroom. Well, maybe an hour. So I tend to pack a little bit. And there are a couple things that we're missing from this. Like, I don't have textbooks yet, or anything of that kind. You know what, I do actually need to go grab my iPad because I always have my iPad in there. Hang on. So, without further ado, let's hop into it. For the record, if I wasn't doing like a class bag, this video would be insanely short because this is my normal bag. I love it. It's great. But it kind of just has enough room for like cards and my like 6 chapsticks that I keep in here. So we'll get there, but we're gonna start with the big bag. So to begin, you can see we have these 2 little like phone-sized pockets. One of them is not a phone at all. It is my little notebook, of which I write a lot of random stuff. This is when I was trying to figure out if I wanted to do gaming and ASMR. It's just great to have. I think it's nice to be able to write things down when you're trying to figure something out. It's really helpful to have this right on top in case, like, I've already packed up my things and the professor's like, oh yeah, one last thing, I have this here. And that, sadly, is a lot of this notebook is like, oh yeah, for the homework, we have to A, B, and C. So, that goes in my first front pocket. And in the second pocket is usually just my phone, sadly. But I do have my Apple Pencil. It's an old generation. Nothing exciting about it. He's a little guy. He's round. We like him. And what goes with the Apple Pencil? My iPad. So, here she is in all her glory. I mainly use this for note-taking. I have like good notes on here. I paid the $8 or whatever the subscription was, or not subscription, one-time payment. So most of my note-taking is done through that, which is why there's a distinct lack of like 8 notebooks in here for different courses, is that it's kind of all here. This is my D&D notebook, actually. So, you can look at that. But I do have the like paper finish thing on there, which totally does eat away at your pen, but my writing is a lot better with it on, so I just replace the pen tips a little more frequently than I think I would normally. almost always have my water bottle with me. However, because I drink a ton of water throughout the day, I am in the southwest of the US, so it's dry here. And, my water bottle's been through the ringer a little bit, but it's a hydro flask, so obviously, like, every time you drop it, it is near death. But occasionally, I do forget it, so as a backup, I always have my very similarly colored little portable water bottle. If you've done college at a campus, it is like kind of similar to an airport where usually the food is like crazy expensive if you're not, even if you are on the meal plan, usually it's pretty expensive. But there's water fountains everywhere. So ideally, you want to be able to do that. So I have my little portable water bottle, and you might be like, wow, this holds like a sip of water. Like, why? Not a sip of water. So, it expands into a normal-sized water bottle. Which is really cool. And perfect for when I accidentally forget mine. Okay, this little... I haven't really had to use him very much, but he's there just in case. Because, truly, two semesters ago, I had a day that was like really long. I was at the campus for a really long time, and I forgot my water bottle one day, and I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna pass out. I thought that was gonna be the end of me. Luckily, it was not. We did survive, but I just really do not want to risk that happening again. So, next up, I have my pride and joy, truly, my super cute little pencil pouch. Is it still a pencil pouch if there's kind of no pencils in it? I did notice earlier that technically it is my, like, writing instrument and also random perfume sample bag. I remember this smelling good. The 7 Virtues Vanilla Woods. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to scratch you. There we go. I don't know why I tried to smell you. Very nice, actually. Anyway. And here I have a myriad of colored pens and pencils and markers. Please don't spill everywhere. There's a lot of them in here. I'm kind of, I don't know if a collector is the right word, but I have like 3 different, I'll grab them. I have 3 different sets of complete markers in here, and then I have a couple random Sharpies, and a few random highlighters, and like an 8th chapstick. I think we literally might have 8 in here total. I have a thing of chapstick. But yeah, I am kind of a crazy note taker, so I like to have a lot of colors. Even if most of the note-taking that I do is on my iPad, every once in a while you get a professor that's like, no electronics, and you're like, okay. So I always try to be prepared, because usually those classes end up being like the hardest ones. So, yeah. Next up, to continue in the same realm as like water, I have my emergency cashews, which is very important. Everyone needs to have an emergency snack. These are whole roasted cashews, sprinkling of sea salt. They're really good. I kind of ate a lot of them last time I opened it. Because listen, food is expensive, and though I may have a snack at home, I can't drive an hour home just to grab a snack. So, cashews. Then, beyond this, we kind of get into, like, the straight-up school supplies zone. Well, actually, let's do my little bag first. My little Brixley. I have used this thing, like, every day since I bought it. Last year? 2 years ago? And sadly, the back part is coming unstitched. But I didn't really use that pocket anyway, so it's okay. So, there's one main pocket here, and in it, of course, I have a lip oil, a chapstick, the Maracuja Tarte Juicy Lip. I don't know what it technically is. I think it's kind of a lipstick. And then also my little Vaseline thing. Cocoa butter lip therapy. So you know, very important. Just saying, you can never have too many chopsticks, I guess. I also have an extra scrunchie in here, a tiny little stack of sticky notes. And what's really cool is the Brixley bags come with this little, like, hook thing on the outside. So I attached my Loops earplugs. That was a thing I got from my partner's family for Christmas, which was awesome. So there's the Loops. The Switch ones, they're so cool. They're my big help in big lecture halls when, like, the teacher's like, okay, do group work or anything like that when there's a lot of noise happening. These are really, really good for that. So I'd super recommend them, and because it's not like earbuds, it's totally fine. So, very good. Allow me to replace all my lip products. Oh my god, what did I do? Hello? Oh, I turned the volume up, and that's cool. I didn't know I could do that. I thought that was only for, like, when you were done recording. But the whole point of the Brixley bag is that it has, like, 4 separate loops. So you can wear it as a fanny pack, you can wear it as a crossbody, you can wear it in the front, in the back, whatever. It's really nice. Super versatile. I love it. Then, I have, of course, my handy dandy calculator. Now listen, he's not the most expensive calculator on the block, but he has gotten me through high school and college. To be fair though, in calculus, they had rentable calculators that were like the super expensive ones, so. But this little guy has gotten me through most of my classes. I genuinely just can't justify buying like a $100 calculator that I'm literally only going to use for like maybe 3 years of my life. Like, that is so stressful to me. Like, what do I do with it for the rest of the time? It just exists, and I spend so much money on it. Anyway, my little guy. Then, we do have this little pocket, which just kind of has some, like, basic survival stuff, like tissues and sticky notes and a lens cleaner and a bunch of other stuff. My, like, 2 hair ties, a scrunchie, and, like, a hair clip in case I have, like, a ton of stress of walking into, like, going to an event on campus. Like, I don't know, anything where they're like, hey, if you need to talk to like an advisor, go right now sort of vibes, because that does happen on occasion, or where they're like, yo, we have this random person from this company coming in if you want to talk to them. And I get really nervous that I'm gonna go and it's gonna be like a windy day or something like that, and then my hair's just gonna be like, and it's already pink, like, which is usually a turn off anyway, so I need to make sure it's at least pink and looks good, because if not, then I'm gonna be really upset. I did have like a medium-sized hairbrush in here, but it was just taking up so much space and I kept crushing it. So I am waiting to get a little like 90s style, like open and close, push out hairbrush, because most campuses I think usually have a lot of really open space that creates a bunch of like wind tunnels between these huge buildings. So there have definitely been times where I've been walking and I have to put my hair up or something like that because it's just turning into a rat's nest. Which, honestly, not a huge concern. I don't know why it bothers me so much. It's just one of those things where I'm like, I could leave the house looking so cute and just have it ripped away from me by the wind. So I always try and have a couple things on hand. They're also really good if someone else needs something. I can give them a hair tie or anything like that. Then, last but certainly not least, is my actual, like, class thing. So for the record, this is one of those things that one of your parents brings home from a meeting of some sorts, and is like, do you want it? And you, as a kid, are like, it zips up and holds my notebooks. Absolutely, I want it. And then you hold on to it for 10 years because it's still cool. And then you're like, oh shit, I want something to hold my notebooks. And I use a bunch of like tear off the top ones, and I want to make sure that they're not just floating around so they don't get torn off. And suddenly you're like, oh my god, this random thing that I've kept for so long finally has worth. And for the record, I've never had a parent that works at the commercial savings bank. I don't know how we got it. It was in a meeting of some sort, but it's here now, and that's cool. So, yeah. So, in my cool random, I have a parent that works in business binder that apparently my partner's father also collected, which I think is hilarious. I have a couple different things. First off, this is what the inside of it looks like. You can see on the right side here, I have my monthly planner, and on the left side, I've got a couple different sticky notes and a pen and some flashcards and a tiny, tiny little calculator. The little sheet, the pink sheet at the bottom that's kind of half out, is normally where I put my personal information. So name and email, just in case anyone finds it and wants to return it. But I have my monthly planner, and then under it, I have just normal paper, so I can take notes as well, because we like to multitask here. I love this monthly planner. It's just perfect. It has a little bit of writing on each day, and then a couple bigger spots down here. And it was given to me by my teacher in like 5th grade, I think, so Miss Hawkins. She might not be around anymore, which would be really unfortunate. But I remember you, and you are still making a lasting impact on my life today, and not just because you taught me how to love reading. I think she was retiring at the time, so we got to take a bunch of like stuff that she didn't want anymore from the classroom, and of course this was my take. And then on the other side, I want to show you guys this tiny calculator because it's so cute. Look at him. Look at how small. And that's all he needs to be. think the most complicated. I mean, it has a percentage thing, so it's like meant for oh my goodness, the mic lets me know when it's peaking. That's crazy. So then I'm assuming that's a bad sound, but that's a little calculator. Then I've got more stickies and flashcards and stuff. I'm so sorry. Then I also have my little weekly planner. It's so cute. I love it. It was made by someone on Etsy. I think, oh yeah, there's a sticker in the back. Hang on. By Feelin' Spicy Designs. And it's just perfect. I think it's so cute as well. And so I use that specifically for like assignments. So this is assignments, and this is like bigger stuff. My monthly planner, which can still be assignments, but especially if it's like presentations or papers or something like that, that goes on both, because I don't want to forget about that. Which hasn't really happened in the past, but I definitely have been like reminded of assignments day of and been like, oh my god, I have literally like 3 hours to write a 5-page paper. I did it. I got a B on it. It's very exciting. But yeah, so that is my little like school planner. And that's everything that's in my bag. There are a couple things missing, of course. Like my little hairbrush and probably a couple other things that will be added like as classes properly start. I have to scan my ID, but I keep my ID in my little bag and then I just kind of smush the front of it against the scanners. What else? Definitely probably gonna grab another folder for any handouts, though so much of it is virtual now. This is pretty much covered. I really like how big the bag is, because I felt like when I kept buying cute canvas bags, they ended up being really small, like half the size of this, which is totally fine if that's what you're like looking for. But I feel like when I want a canvas bag, I kind of want it to be big. Like I'm not trying to carry it around so I can just store 2 things. And I love this one because it's big enough for me to put like a hoodie in it if it gets too hot throughout the day, which is huge because I hate like needing to take off a hat or a scarf and not having anywhere to put it. So it's very important to me to kind of have a bunch of extra space to put stuff in if I need to. So that's what's in my bag. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I know it was definitely super casual, and that was kind of the point, because I want to feel okay about having to remake it in case I can't figure out how to use the Tascam and get the recording from this to my PC. So, yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had a really nice time showing you all of the random things in my bag, and I hope you guys enjoyed the Tascam. I think it's so awesome. it's just so good. For like the super clicky sounds, like if I'm like psst, the other day I did that so like that stuff is just crisp and perfect. And that's beside the fact that I can go anywhere now. I can go outside, which is so exciting. I love like outdoor themed ASMR videos and stuff like that. I just think it is so relaxing. And I like hearing stuff like, you know, crickets or birds and stuff like that. So I'm super excited. I hope you're excited. Thank you all so very much for joining me today. And I'll see you later. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Sleep well. Sleep well. Sleep well. I do really want to see how my cat sounds. Would you mind giving us a quick interview? So what do you think of the current political climate? That's more positive than I would have thought. Thank you so much for